Good evening, Smilofy. Good evening, INDIE-Spec. This is our first ever episode on INDIE-Spec, and here we are opening our series Career Mantra with Dr. Ashish Ballal. Who is Dr. Ashish Ballal? His name doesn't need an introduction.
Yeah, yeah, man.
His name definitely doesn't need an introduction. He is the ex-captain Hockey India team and also a gold medalist and Arjun award winner and Eklavya award winner and Kempagowda award winner, and the list is long. I'm not going to do too much of. I'm not going to get into too much of the accolades part. But yes, it's an honor having you on board, Dr. Ashish.
Oh, it's my
And
pleasure. Wonderful talking about sports.
yes, yes. And apart from that, he's also working with Indian Airlines or Air India, Dr. Ash.
And
Air,
now
Air,
it's merged.
Air India. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's merged, so it's the same thing. So he's also working in Air India, so he's definitely going to throw light as a into as a sportsman getting a job, and that too government
Yeah.
jobs easily. So apart from
But
that, he also runs an academy called Ashish Ballal Academy, which deals in not just training people but also imparting life skills to tribal kids, and making them so basically into skill development and making them future ready. So we
yes.
are going to talk straight to Dr. Ashish, straight from the horse's mouth, as to what all hats are you wearing in today's date, Dr. Ashish? Please throw some light.
Today's sports has changed from the time when I started playing. Today's sports has really changed. There is hope in sports. There is money in sports. There's glamour in sports. There's a celebrity status in sports. And youngsters, this is a platform. This is the era to play sport, where everything you do is covered in social media, in television, electronic, newspaper, everything. And the world
Yes.
revolves around people. If you see, if you put a politician and a sportsman next to each other, who will the kids go to? Always to the sportsman. Or who will 90% of the people go to? Or you might be Mukesh Ambani, or you are standing with the sports celebrity sports. Everybody would want to fill in their shoes,
Correct.
so
Correct.
today is the age of sports and sportsmen, and following the passion that you have and being a sportsman. There's
But the irony of the situation is that still parents are very skeptical about putting their kids in this line, in this field. The reason why we are having this topic today is so that the parents make and the kids also make informed decisions when it comes around sports.
true.
Uh,
We
why
live in a
is there? Why is
competitive
there this fear?
education system. Our education system is so competitive. We have reached the barrier of 99 and the 10% results. Where are we going to? Are we just gonna
Super
be
kids.
bookish and forget about what the world around you? Do you want unhealthy people with a fantastic mind, or you want a fit body and a fit mind? I think the latter says it all. Fit body and fit mind is the mantra. You can do much more with being physically strong, as well as having the brains. And today's sport teaches you not only how to bulk up and being strong and all that. It teaches you intellectually. It teaches you how to assess things, team spirit, bonding, leadership, how to cope with failures. It's gone boom, like from the time where we had very limited knowledge about what sport is. Today it is a whole ocean outside of there, what sports is and what can be achieved through sports. I would relate sports and corporate life very similar. The preparation that a sportsman goes, corporate people have to do that. We have to practice, even in corporate life. We have to search the market. We have to see all this. There's so much similarity in today's sports. So and coming today, 90% of corporate interviews, they ask you, have you played sport? Have you played team sport? Have you played individual
Correct.
sport? Because that
Correct.
really shows the character of the person. Unlike 20 years back, it is different. But today's sport is an ocean over there, and you can achieve wherever you want to go through sports. And it's got everything now. There is television, there is media, there's attention, there's money. What more would
The
anyone want?
leagues
And a
happening
life
now, the
after
crores
sport.
of funds, yes, crores and
15
crores,
years of hard work
billions of
can
dollars.
take you 2 lifetimes of sit back and relax, so that's
Correct.
what sports can do and achieve.
Apart from there is still a lot of confusion when it comes to sports somewhere. There is a question, sir, also. Sir, however, the schools still don't have enough emphasis on sports. Moreover, career prospects after you leave sports, even at national level, seem less for a sports person. Now,
See,
this is
though.
actually a fear.
Yeah, see, I appreciate what people have thought about sport. Today, the
Hmm.
options are much bigger. Today, we are in a global platform. It's easier to get jobs through sports. It's easier to give back. See, today in our times there were hardly any academies. Today, every locality has got 10 academies. You go to any pitch, you have a cricket academy, you have a football academy, kabaddi academy, you have all kinds of academies. Badminton. Did you think about having one stadium for badminton? And today there are 100 pitches in Bangalore for badminton.
Hmm. Hmm.
Could we
Hmm.
ever foresee? Why would we have 100 courts in Bangalore? Every locality has got small courts to think. Otherwise, it was limited to only clubs or the association.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
of the surge
Now it has gone
surge of
beyond that.
opportunity,
Yeah.
people
Hmm.
want to play sport because they understand the benefit of sport.
Hmm.
What it takes, companionship, it builds friendship, so it brings discipline, it brings your fitter body. So there's so much things. uh, Today, even if you play a national sport, and
Hmm.
if you're smart, you can start an academy, you can give back to people. There are so much opportunities which past sportsmen did not have, but current
Firstly,
sportsmen.
start from the younger age when
Yeah.
kids are young. What do you suggest at what age the kids should start getting into sports? Should start focusing into a particular sport that they
See,
want to
kids,
master in?
kids start their motor skills uh, are good. They start beginning in the age of 5 and 6.
Hmm.
They can run properly, and they can balance properly when they are about 5 and 6. So
Hmm.
when they are 8 and 9, their visibility and hand-eye coordination is is uh, is is very good. But when
Hmm.
you're 12, 13 is where
Hmm.
you can actually take up a single sport and follow
Hmm.
that path. But
Hmm.
that's what, 5 to 6 you start your running, your training, fun. And most of the of these induction to sport, or being induced to sport, should be fun activities. It cannot be
Correct.
regimental activities. Like in India, we are still trying to make sports at in the beginning stages regimental. Okay,
Hmm.
boys, go 2 rounds running, go do this. This Kids at that age do not like that. They want fun
Hmm.
activity. They want
Hmm.
competitiveness. They want fun games where they can challenge each other. So it should be all around. Make it fun. How much sports you can make fun for kids below 12. It has to be fun, and bringing out the stamina part of it through fun games, to
Hmm.
agility through fun games, to run properly, make it fun. But if you tell, okay, come on, go run 2 rounds, he'll say no, he will not come for practice from
Yeah,
tomorrow.
they'll get
So
bored.
you
They
you
get
should
bored in
think
2 minutes.
how
Yeah.
you can
Hmm.
get fun activities, and you
Hmm.
utilize it. How can you make uh, stretching fun? How can you make flexibility fun? How do you do your push-ups fun? So it should be fun. So till 12 years or 13 years, sports should be just induced as fun.
Hmm.
And parents,
And
for
then
heaven's
after
sake,
12, 13,
don't
they
start.
decide on whatever one stream and explore. They should be in
Explore.
multiple
Why? When you
sports.
12, 13, 12, 13, the kids themselves will have a liking to a sport, or they will have role models. They want to become certain, so they follow them, and they follow their path, and that will
Most of them
induce.
want to become cricketers only, know what to do. Who thinks about
Yes,
rugby
what
and
yes,
handballs
uh,
and stuff? Nobody thinks
cricket.
about these other sports.
Today's kids follow what is on television, and
Hmm.
we have about 50 sports channels. Out of that,
Hmm.
45 sports channels shows cricket. So kids will
Hmm.
follow that. If you have a
Hmm.
kabaddi season, you see,
Hmm.
when
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
the
Oh,
kabaddi league,
kabaddi season, yes. A
all
lot of
kids,
kids did
I
follow
got two
kabaddi
kids.
in little,
In
yes.
kabaddi season, they are playing kabaddi. In football season, they're playing football. So whatever comes on television,
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
inspires you, and you want to be
Hmm.
somebody who is heroic, and you want to
Hmm.
follow them. So you start playing the sport, and that's, I don't blame it, because that's the way sports in India. We have to distinguish between professional sports like cricket and amateur sports like the Olympic events, like athletics, hockey. There are so many events that happen.
The
These
track
are,
and
we have
field
to
events,
learn to
yes.
differentiate between all these things.
So,
Yeah. So
what are the
we,
categories of
we
sports?
can
One is like,
compare.
as you said, track and field. Then we have team sports. Then we
Yes.
have indoor, outdoor, mental
Yeah, we have
sports,
table
physical
tennis. We have
sports.
so many indoor sports. So
Oh, and then the
the thing
extreme
is,
sports. We absolutely forget extreme sports in
fun,
India somehow.
fun. See, can you imagine 20 years back, extreme sports, mixed martial arts,
Hmm.
jiu-jitsu? Yeah, these sports are all come into a thing, and people are liking it, taking it. Any form of sports activity is
Hmm.
welcome, because that has a definite bearing on the brain, and that
Correct.
improves the stimuli for the whole body, and that gives you positivity. It reduces tiredness. So there's a world of thing when you take up any physical activity.
Every sport that we are talking about requires different skill set altogether. Now, if I
Yes,
have to play chess,
yes,
patience is the key that I need. But that
yes,
patience might be very detrimental for me if I play cricket or
yes,
if I play football or if I play any other sport. So,
yes.
what are the skill sets? Firstly, the child has to, there is an inborn skill set and then there is something called acquired skill set.
See, there are skills.
What as per you, you have also been coaching. The inborn skill set plays a bigger role than the acquired skill set, or acquired skill set
No,
can be you.
no. What inborn skill set is there? That is
Hmm.
inborn.
Hmm.
There are natural sportsmen, but along
Hmm.
with mixing like Sachin Tendulkar or all these people, uh, champion sportsmen are
Sometimes
not.
he is a prodigy. So,
No. See,
ah,
I will tell you. See,
hmm,
Michael Jordan or any of the top champion sportsmen in the world are not.
hmm,
They were not taught okay on a daily basis. They
hmm,
had something natural inborn that can
hmm,
adapt. There
hmm,
is something, his quickness of the mind or his body
hmm,
or the physical, his personality, that made him
hmm.
who they are. It is not
Correct.
something that he's gone, he's trained 8 hours in the nets, or he's put 5,000 baskets a day, that he's become
Hmm,
like that. It is not that.
hmm.
What you
It's
do in
not.
training does
Hmm,
not translate in what you do in a match
hmm.
play, because
Correct.
it's a world different.
Hmm,
That's the inborn quality of something heroic that is
hmm,
different, inborn in a person. That
hmm,
there might have been thousands of people better than Ashish Ballal, but I had something inborn that to cope at that level, and take on that
precious.
barrier. Yeah.
Yes.
So it is something inborn. That's something extra, that is a thing. But along the way, you pick up so many other skills. And first, starting with your personality, your skills are 20 to 25%. But along the way,
Hmm,
you pick up your communication, your leadership, your
hmm,
personality, the way
hmm,
way you adapt into your team, or how you learn to cope up with authority. How do you
hmm.
adapt, adaptability, because you're not going to get the best of facilities playing sports in India,
Yes, yes.
but you have to cope. It's not that, okay, I'm used to this lifestyle, I need this lifestyle. It might not happen, but that's where you need to cope. You might be a Suresh Raina who might go home because he didn't get a balcony in his hotel room. So so so
Hmm,
you need to
hmm.
adapt, but who's
Correct.
the loser?
You
It's
cannot
not,
play a victim
not
card,
playing a
basically, in
it's their
short.
personal loss. you know
Hmm,
so
hmm,
this is what it is. You learn to
hmm,
adapt.
hmm,
But today things are much better. When we started,
hmm,
it was a nightmare, and that's why
hmm,
parents also were thing. But we adapted, coming from urban backgrounds. We adapted to wherever we went.
I remember
whatever
when
we
I
got
was growing up,
will not come. And
I was a state level, national level
you
basketball
know,
player.
you know
My
how the
parents,
facilities were.
yeah,
And
my parents were like,
if you
please,
wanted
hello,
to
this is
play,
time pass, all this is fine, but you have to finish
yeah,
your studies and all.
absolutely. So you know how to think. There's
Yeah,
no point in complaining, because if you're
mm,
complaining, then you either quit or you pursue what you really want to achieve. Because
correct,
along the way, sports teaches you how to carry on. There are so many obstacles on the way, so you have to fight
mm,
your way, and each obstacle you have to break thing, and then move on ahead. You have to
correct.
climb so many ladders. It's always people are trying to push you down, but you have to. If you have a goal ahead,
Competition. Yeah,
if you have a dream,
specifically, yes.
you have to.
Specifically, hockey and cricket and tennis
It's there.
now,
I'm not saying it's
badminton,
only in sport. It is in
mm,
everything. But if
everywhere,
you have the
everything.
larger vision, if you have the
Mm,
larger goal, and if you really want to achieve at the highest level, you're gonna face obstacles. It might come from your family, it might come from your coaches, it might come from the selection. But you cannot crib about it. You have to challenge yourself to be better. If you say,
mm,
oh, I don't have money to play sport, where am I going to play sport? You see 90% of today's sportsmen are coming from rural backgrounds, from second
yeah.
and third tier cities. It is not. Can you name only 1%, probably half a percent of people who are coming from rich backgrounds playing sport? It is only people,
Mm,
and they have defied. You see, you take anybody in sport, he's got a story behind him, how he went through the barriers, and climbed up the barriers and achieved at the highest pinnacle. So everyone has got a story, and so have I. I remember when I got selected for India, I did not have a kit. And goalkeeping, being a goalkeeper, a kit used to cost 20,000. I couldn't go to
mm,
my parents and tell, give me 20,000. I got selected for India. They would have kicked my,
mm.
so I had to borrow one piece of kit from one friend, or another kit from another friend. These are all things, and these all you appreciate once you have done it. If I would have got everything, I would have been gone there, and I would have, not done anything. But
You would have
what all
taken everything for
hardship.
granted had you got it on your platter.
Yes, what all
You
hardship I had to go
respected it
through.
more because you got it with difficulty.
Yes, and that
Yes,
is why poverty or poorness or richness has got nothing to do in sports. You can achieve, and I would say the the want and the hunger of people coming from poorer backgrounds is much higher than
much higher. Yes,
from what people have got
yes.
everything in their life.
Privileged class
They're
will have a
slowly.
lesser want to
Yeah.
need. Yes,
So
yes.
it's important that we understand there are barriers in anything you do in life. Today you start a business, or today you want to get into a government job, or you got into a government job. There are going to be obstacles. There are going to be hurdles. But you can't say, "Oh, there is that fellow is partial that," and sit back and not do anything. You have to work double hard, and show that you can achieve. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. So now what is the way out? At a younger age, you let the kids free, let them explore different sports, make it fun. At the
Yeah.
age of roughly around 12, 13, you get serious about it, you pick up a
Yeah.
stream and you start working towards it now.
Working
And
towards
then
it.
gradually work towards
There are a lot of
into
academies
school,
today. There are a lot
get
of
into an
academies,
academy.
and
Yes.
then you get into the under 14. There are tournaments, the state level
Mm,
under 14 tournaments that you take part in, whether it's an
mm,
individual game or
mm,
a thing. You start with an academy under a coach. There are a lot of
mm.
coaches, even for poor people. See, I used to run. My academy was completely free of cost for the underprivileged kids. I never used to charge for anybody, but
You're still
especially
running
for.
that academy?
No, we closed down a few years back because of the change of
Mm,
ground, and we had a lot of issues regarding, because hockey is a very expensive sport, because
mm,
it needs a special surface to play on, and
mm,
we got only one surface in Bangalore, sadly. So there are too many people competing for that one surface, so it became a little tough. But
mm,
there are a lot of people who are doing free coaching
mm.
for the underprivileged,
So that
and
yes,
uh,
there are a lot of
and if you
NGOs
have a
doing
talent,
that.
you don't need anything else. You just need a small place, and the
Mm,
willpower and the passion and the hunger, to do well, whether it is swimming,
Mm.
whether it is athletics. What do you need for
Anything,
athletics? You just
yes.
need to need. You have YouTube.
Niches,
You
that's
have
about
so much information on media. You can
it.
every day you can find out what is good, how to remain
You have to.
hydrated, what are
I
stretching.
remember that Milka Singh's film. He just did it for that milk and ande wala doodh. That was his motivation to run.
Today, today in second tier and third tier cities in Punjab,
Hmm,
there are 250 hockey academies. Thanks to
hmm,
Pargat Singh, a former Indian hockey captain, who was a
hmm,
sports minister of their thing. So
hmm.
he started. So kids from villages come just for
Milk,
doodh or banana.
doodh and anda, yes.
तो सुबह का दूध और बनाना के लिए. So
Yes.
people, we are so fortunate, but look at the people, but and that is where we are getting
That
talent.
is where the talent is. That is where they're so talented. They run for
Absolutely.
that. They have a
That's
motivation.
what.
So we need to
See,
first search our motivation, is what you're saying.
where did PT Usha come from? Where
Yeah.
is the top 5 athletes from India coming from? They're all coming from unbelievable stories, and that is
Yes.
what every athlete or any champion, where anywhere in the world, if you see, they are coming from such modest thing. So kids, poor kids, rich kids should not have a story that, okay, I don't have the facility or I don't have the thing. These are facilities will come on the way once you want it. Your hunger, your
Hmm.
passion, how much hard work you
Push for
do,
it.
how much.
Yeah. Huh. Push
Uh,
for it. Yeah. Don't play
yes,
victim.
yes.
Push for
And
it.
another thing is parents today. Parents, uh, you have to set a life example for your kid. You don't expect your kid to be sportsman when your whole day in the computer churning out numbers. No, you have to
Correct.
show half an hour, 1 hour of physical activity that, oh, okay, my dad also think, I think I'll also should. So you have to make the beginning. It's not that you go at 6 o'clock in the morning, come I think telling that I'm earning money. The kid also will do exactly that, because he'll also he won't have a role model in his house, and
Hmm.
who will he learn from?
Correct.
You're not from your neighbor. He will want somebody from the house,
I'm
whether it
I'm
is your
learning from
brother
this.
or.
This I'm learning from you. I have to do this. I have to start doing this.
Yeah, and I'm not telling you take up a sport. It's just any physical activity,
Just
half an
just
hour,
anything.
45 minutes. Because when the kid sees this, he will
Hmm.
be inspired so much. He'll think this is the greatest thing that my parents have done, and see, at this age they're doing it. Don't you think I should do much more? So that is the inspiration that you want your kids to bring up, and that is what is a learning for the kids.
Now, the positives of getting into sports as per the personality, definitely we know. But the positives for the parents now, because the parents are the ones who push kids into more academics and more this and more that. So, for the parents also, now, supposingly, if my child doesn't get 99% or 100%, and he is into sports and he's good in
55% if he's
sports,
playing sport.
yes.
If in
So, you
today,
get through any good college in sports quota, firstly.
yes.
There's a
See,
special sports quota in every
see,
college.
I'm not telling that you have to just put 100% into sport.
Hmm.
Time management is very important.
Very
A balance,
important. Yes.
a
Hmm.
balance, a balance of education and sports
Hmm.
is the
Hmm.
best balance. Today,
Hmm.
I've got a job in Air India, but I
Hmm.
went on to pursue my graduation and then studied even further, because
Hmm.
once you do your graduation and above, you are directly appointed as officer. If you're not a graduate, then you're offered a clerical post, which takes
Hmm.
40 years to become an officer.
Hmm.
So just that, it's
Education
not
is
only
important
government,
by the end of the
but
day. Yes.
yeah, it's an upstart for you. So you're
Hmm.
plus 30 if just by a
Plus, now
graduation.
there's so many courses
Yes,
apart from
absolutely.
Authority of India, even in other colleges.
Yes.
There's so many sports-based courses now, from your
There,
sports management
there is
to your
both
event management
psychology,
in sports to
psychiatry,
journalism,
nutrition.
sports, so
Today,
much.
absolutely. And you can go into
Hmm.
any field of sports. Opportunities are
Sports
plenty.
psychology,
Even
physiotherapy. There's
today,
so much. You talk
even
about it, it's
today,
there.
even today,
Mm.
I don't understand why parents are not encouraging their kids to take up sports science, because we are still employing
It's
so
a,
many foreigners. foreigners,
In
they
fact,
bring us to
we
the
are coming up with this thing tomorrow. Tomorrow's episode is
so,
on sports science
so
completely.
sports science, sports
Mm.
nutrition, because that's
Yes.
the way forward. We are a young
Yes.
country. We have
Mm.
so much youth. And they need it, because
Oh,
of
they
the
do.
adulteration and all that. We need our kids to be healthy. We need
Mm.
sports science. We need them to
Mm.
encourage and see how hydration helps, what is the
Mm.
nutrition is required. And these are subjects which are still, we are so backward when compared to the European countries or the US. I would say, when during my playing era,
Mm.
probably I must have been 30, 40 years behind Europe and thing when it comes to
Oh,
sports
yes.
science.
Back then we were
You
really
know,
behind.
we used
Yeah.
to have injuries and we used to be out for 6 weeks. While other countries, in 1 week he's back on the ground, and 6 weeks is
Correct.
like a lifetime for a sportsman,
Correct.
because things change.
Correct.
So to get a place
Takes
back
the
into the,
stamina off, takes everything off you. Yes.
it's crazy. So it's
Mm.
important that there are so many avenues. It does not have to be only thing, but if you're passionate about sport, there are so many areas that you can follow your dream, continue being in the sport. If you like any sport, you can continue working on that. Take up scientific training, because there's a lot of opportunities. You can join as a consultant in a gym, or be a consultant personal trainer for anybody. And today, that's a
Mm.
big thing that is happening, because everybody requires a personal trainer, and which you can train at home or wherever you want. So that's really
Mm.
important.
Mm. So passion, Poonam is saying, passion and encouragement are the key. Yes, Poonam, passion and encouragement are the
Absolutely.
key.
I think passion and thing from the parents as well as the kids. Both should
Internal.
be passionate
Passion
and
comes internally. Nobody else can give you that.
true. And that is
Others
where,
can then, that's about it, but it has to come from within.
yes, it has to come from within, and everybody's got it. It's not that they don't
Mm.
think,
They have it.
but it's just
They
that
have it. All they need it is a
uh,
little encouragement saying, okay,
yes,
choose this field
to
now.
show them,
Now the
because
issue is choose this
guidance,
field.
yes,
Yes,
to
the career
start them.
guidance.
True,
So there is
and that
so much in
totally,
sports as of now which people are not aware. People are just aware of one part of sports, which is the athletic part,
yes,
the players. There is a
yes,
huge team behind each player, and there's so
true.
much money involved. It's not even
Today,
funny.
like the national hockey team is got, I think, about 12 people with them.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
kind of team behind every
yes,
player.
each sports
So, and
person.
that goes for most of the game, most of the individual as well as thing. They all
And, and,
have.
it- and the businesses are running in crores and crores. It is not small amounts we're talking about,
Today,
specifically the teams that we're talking
that
about.
is in thousands of crores. It's
Yes, yes,
and that is where the money is,
yes.
and there are
That
so
is
many
actually where the money is.
opportunities. We have
More
so
money
many.
than the players.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't say the same about cricket. No, I can say the same about cricket. BCCI has more money than all the players put together. So yeah,
Uh,
it is
I
everywhere.
I think BCCI is well marketed.
Yes.
It's one of the better managed
BCCI is the
administrative setup.
richest association of cricket in the world.
Yes, because India is a fanatic cricket country, and lot.
It's not a sport, it's an emotion.
Yes, it's an emotion, and
Yeah.
we have a lot of time to waste. So we want some entertainment. We need to act entertainment in our country, and there's no other better sport that gives positive entertainment in our country than cricket or
Yes.
football. So that's the way it is. Yeah.
But now, thankfully, things have started changing. I don't remember anybody watching badminton the way we did with Sindhu. So
Yes.
everything is changing now. So
Imagine
we have started,
imagine a sport
our
like
medal tallies are also
shooting.
getting better.
Can you imagine a sport like shooting? People are sitting and watching
Because the
shooting.
medal tallies are
You know,
getting better now. We're getting the
so
accolades.
that what is happening, the transformation that is happening
The
today in
patriotism, that feel
Bangalore.
good factor.
Today in Bangalore, we have 10 shooting academies.
Oh,
10
yes.
shooting academies. So
Yes.
we have more than 100 badminton courts in Bangalore. We have
Oh,
about 50 to 100 football pitches in Bangalore. Sadly, only one hockey pitch, so I'm
Huh.
slacking.
Only hockey is not the best. Everything is
So
there.
that's it.
And so many academies, and including
Yes.
if we talk about Bangalore, we have the biggest
Yeah,
Rahul Dravid's
actually,
academy.
Bangalore has got a lot of sports culture.
Lot of
Parents are
sports. Yes.
more
Yeah.
aware, more conscious, and
Yes.
I think today schools are also becoming conscious. In our times,
Still,
most
comparatively, schools are somewhere lacking behind. Somewhere that culture is still. See that there are two types of schools. One is okay, who are extracurricular, may they want
in
to
our time,
be ahead.
the
Then there's
convent
some very
and
academic
Jesuit
schools.
schools were really supportive of sport. Most of the convent Jesuit schools were very supportive of sports. A lot of principals and physical education directors were very passionate.
Yes. Yes.
Head hunting. They used to go and check out talent and get them to the school and make them
Correct.
school to play. But today things have changed. I don't know if it's for good or bad, or we are running after some. We are in a rat race, so so
We
it's
are. We've become more corporate. The corporates coming in, what are you expecting? Pehle, it was just passion. Now corporates have joined hands. So
yeah,
obviously it's all become a very corporate affair and stuff.
true.
So it's a different ball game altogether. Media publicity to sports is equally important, and that's why we are now more aware of other sports too.
True.
You will be surprised we're still not aware. When I was preparing for this interview, when I went through the list, half the sports का तो नाम भी नहीं पता था मुझे. I was like, oh, okay, this is also
So
there.
the awareness is started, but
When it's just started, it's just the tip of the
again,
iceberg.
again, editors of newspapers have to sell their stories, and they would like to seek high profile people than unknown people. Uh, and see, it's very important that media houses, editors recognize the fact that youth and youngsters and school kids should be given that flip. Imagine a kid does something special on the ground and his name is
Hmm.
highlighted in the newspaper. Look at the
पहले
kind
कुछ
of
होता था, अब
boost
नहीं हो रहा
it
है.
will
They've
take.
stopped now.
It comes on and off. It depends on how much cricket is there or how much other world news
Not
is
just
there. Or
cricket, like basketball. मैं
yeah.
basketball का था all over the newspapers back
So
then in Kanpur.
we used to in our times we used to look forward. Oh, I made a couple of saves. I hope it comes in newspaper. And
See, I think
you
that is
really
there because there is a difference between metro city and smaller cities.
yes,
In tier two, tier three, little also we do, we are in newspaper all over. So
true.
I have grown up being in the newspaper.
But today it
But
is
in
very
metros,
apparent.
there's so much of news, so they have to probably.
Yeah.
So
So
they're plus and minus.
so the big sports take maximum amount of news space. So
Hmm.
it's okay, but it's better aware than what it was 10 years back or 15 years back. I
Yeah,
would say.
awareness is there. I think parents are also now more open to
Yeah,
explore this field.
because of the number of suicides over here, people are beginning to understand that now. Can you imagine 20 years back anyone talking about the word depression? You know, there was
Hmm.
nothing.
I have no idea what
If
it
I
is.
would go
They
to
have no
my
idea.
dad or mom and say I'm feeling depressed, they would have given me two whacks on my thing and say get out from here. There's nothing really thing. Yeah, today small kids are saying I'm feeling down today. I think I'm feeling depressed. I say come
This
on,
I
your
have
life.
a very different take on this. I am not in favor of all this somewhere.
So
As a
this
psychologist, we are
yeah.
making a generation weak.
So this what I would say, because sports teaches you about failure, how to cope with failure,
Endurance.
and that is
Yes.
the biggest thing. When you learn it early, when you fail a few times, how do you get up and run? When you're down out, you will be criticized if you one bad performance. Your coach yells at you, your teammates yell at you,
Public.
and then you to
Yes,
come back from that thing.
publicly.
So so in the bigger field, you correlate to that. You say I was down, but now I can always get up and think I've done good. I've
And you
I
become
fought
thick
that
skin,
battle. What is this
basically.
battle? So
Yes.
if
Yeah.
kids don't play sport, it's an unknown territory. People feel down, and then you think, okay, let's get out of this here and take the easy route. But that's not the way. But
Temporary. Yes.
So that's
Absolutely.
what sports teaches you. This is developed into that. So it teaches
Mm.
you how to cope with failure.
The
And today,
sportsman spirit that we
yes,
call. We
yes,
bounce back no matter what. That's what I
yes,
tell people. If you look at, so for example, Sachin Tendulkar is the epitome of any sportsman that we talk about.
yes,
So that when he was in his down period, the kind of galis he got from public, the kind of words that were spoken
true,
against him,
true,
the way he was actually thrown around.
yes.
And then he made a comeback, and when he retired with his head high. So
And that
that
is
was such a lovely learning experience if
true.
anybody wants to really
And
see what bouncing back means.
yeah, really, and that really teaches you a lot how to cope with all these things, and that is why I advise parents to to encourage the kids. It doesn't
Mm.
matter whether he scores 96 or scores 86. It doesn't really matter, because in the long run, these marks are just meaningless.
After your 12th marks, after the minute you reach your college, after that, uski koi value nahi hai. Khatam, finished, period. Only
Yeah,
for your
so
first job, probably people might see or might not see.
it's
Just for your first job. After that, how many of us have even seen our certificates?
I don't know where it is. because
10th ka
because
certificate we need because we have to show it for
before I
our
finish my education,
proof. Well, birth certificate proof that is 10th ka certificate.
I
But
was
12th ka to
fortunate
mujhe
because
yaad hi nahi hai kitna
I
ka.
started playing for India when I was 16, and
हाँ,
by 18, 19, I started getting offers by companies to come and join. So,
हम्म,
but I was very particular that I should finish my degree and graduation, and then only
हम्म,
think, because if once I get a job early, then oh अच्छा हो रहा है यार, job मिल गया, अभी क्या करना. So that
हम्म.
should not think so. And I come from a family of all sportsmen, all doctorates. So competing, you have to be somewhere in line. So I got three elder brothers. All three played for the state. All three goalkeepers. All three went on to do engineering. I didn't do engineering, but I took hoping to become a chartered accountant, but it took me somewhere else. So they finished their engineering and they all did their PhDs, and so I come from a family of multi-talented people, and I had to cope. So I'm fortunate that I've coped in my own way.
Good. I'm glad you go. But otherwise, this can be a detrimental also.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sometimes it can be an absolute pressure, Mama. Coming
Uh,
from a very affluential family in a
yeah.
particular field
No, it's difficult
creates
because
a different level of stress.
yes, and it's important that you find a path and you don't give up. You know, I've had a lot of setbacks in my life. I've been dropped for no reason at all. My story is has been a roller coaster ride, and I'm. But I would not change it for anything in the world. If the things which I've done during my bad times are the best times that I'm seeing now.
Yes.
The things when I was dropped, I started things which today I'm reaping the benefit. If I would have not been dropped, and if I wouldn't have done the skill set I did that time, it's all now a reflection of what I thank
As
God
you
I
say,
was
that
dropped that time.
time is
And
the best
every
teacher.
dropping has got a
Yes.
reason, so you have to take it in that sense. You don't understand there's a reason for being dropped. It might be just to give you an exposure for something else which is bigger and
Experience.
better.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Wow. Wow. All right. So we'll come to an end. Uh, in what is these? You've said so much. I think the kids and the parents will pick up so much from you. But still, that one last thing that you would want to tell people.
I think have fun. You know, when you're growing up, have fun, but have fun in a positive way. Can have fun through physical activity. I understand today a lot of kids are on these electronic gadgets. Even have fun by just picking up the phone and talking to your friends and not chatting as much, because communication skill, leadership
Exactly.
skill, playing, just go down and play physical activity. I tell my kids, because between 4 and 6:30, I don't want you to be inside your room or in the
Oh,
house. You
my
just go
son is
down.
always out. He's hardly
So
home.
that thing in our times,
Uh,
our parents used to kick us for not coming back home on time. Now I am telling, get out of the house and
Get
go
out of
play
the house.
and do
Don't sit
that.
in the house. So he's
So
hardly home. So I'm
that's
very
what,
happy. Every time you're saying this, I'm like, my child
yeah.
is going in the
So
right direction.
that's important that they go, and once
Hmm.
they mix around, they get friendship. They learn so much discipline.
Life skill
Uh,
is very
so much.
important more than anything else. To
Yes.
succeed, life skill is important.
So
And life
so
skills will only come with people. When the more you are around people, the more you are indulged
it's
into
important to be
activities which
around
involve
people.
people.
You
Yes.
might learn bad things. You might be learn good things. But the
Even
thing
if you
is,
learn
for
bad
you to
things,
choose,
for a matter,
that.
even if you learn bad thing, there is always something called unlearning.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you know what is bad, and at the end of the day,
करके
behind
देख
the
लो
heart.
बैड भी करके देख लो ऐसे अनलर्न कर लेना बस
Yeah,
yeah.
so learning curves, and you have to pass it, and that's my advice. Have fun. Don't be so serious in life. It's important to be respectful to the people who are advising you, whether you appreciate it or not. It doesn't matter, but show that kind of thing, that you appreciate what they are trying to say, and because most of the time people are saying it for your good, so appreciate that. It might not be the best of judgment, but appreciate it all the same, because by appreciating things of other people, you will be appreciated on the long run. And that's my message, that be appreciative, be thankful for what you have got, and what you don't worry about what you have not got, because you will get it if you have that thing, that passion, and be appreciative, and be courteous. It's just along the way.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashish. It was so much fun talking to you. And I
Thank you
hope people have a lot to take back from this episode. And they have, I know that.
so much.
And tomorrow we're going to now come again with sports science and
I
other
can't
part
catch
of
that
sport,
topic.
which is yes, and the other part of sports. So thank you. And we're coming to the end. Have a lovely evening. Thank you, sir, for
Thank you.
joining. Bye bye.
Bye bye.